Yo, my snow skis. What's popping, man? What's popping? Back with another one. You get me? So today, I just wanted to talk a bit about like absent parents and the effect, if any, or how effective that can be on someone's life, especially someone who's on the roads, or how it can affect one and turn them to the roads. You get me? If that's a factor. So yeah, those of you who've been following me for a while probably heard one of my earlier stories talking about, well, one of the first ones talking about my situation, how I grew up and whatnot. I didn't really touch on it too much, and I'm not really going to go too deep into it right now. I'll probably do when I start my YouTube channel properly. I'll do a proper story, you get me, going into it in depth. But yeah, basically, I grew up with my dad around. Yeah, he was around, innit? He was there. He lived with us full time, but he was always working, innit? My dad was always out working, so you know, he'd be gone early morning before we go to school, and he'd be back evening time, mostly after we're sleeping. Then weekends he's working as well. He was working. So for me personally, my dad wasn't absent, but I just feel like maybe, alright, cool. The fact that he was there stopped me from doing certain things that I knew I would get in a lot of trouble for, if, you know what I'm saying, because my dad was there. So it was in my mind that, alright, cool, let's not take it that far because Pupsy's there. But at the same time, it wasn't that much of a deterrence for me to stop me from doing what I was doing, or to stop me from touching the roads. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. It's like, yeah, he was there, but it wasn't like, oh, our people will make it like, oh, you know, if you have a dad there, because there's levels to it, innit? You can have a dad around and still end up on the road, still end up doing X, Y, Z. Like, a couple of my brethren have still been in jail for years and their dad's been there the whole time and whatnot, you know what I mean? So it's not necessarily that. But on the flip side, there's a lot of men who, yo, my snow skis. Yeah, quickly before I move on, I just want to make it clear that, yeah, it's not, I'm not just talking about dads. It's not only dads that are absent. There's absent mums as well, you get me, or fucked up mums as well. Like, look at that story a year or two ago with that woman who left her kid at home for about 6 days by herself. I think it was a boy, or I can't remember. Left the kid by itself and went away for like 6 days on a bender. Like, come back and the kid was dead. Like, it's, you know what I mean? So it's not only the guys. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, there's man them who've had a full 2-parent home and have still managed to, you know, end up in jail for a number of years. And, you know, like, it's not necessarily 100% that if you've got a 2-parent family that things are going to go straight, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of factors to it, which is a next conversation that could be had, you know what I'm saying? You can come from a alright, cool, put it like this, it's more of a like when it's just a single parent, for example, if it's just a mum trying to bring up her son, it's more likely that she's going to have problems in it, because he's going to feel like he's the man of the house, and he's going to feel like, yeah, you know, I can do this, I can do that, and get away with it, depending on how the mum is. But more time, that's what it's going to be, in it. A guy's more likely to take the piss out of his mum, you know what I'm saying? But also, the dad can be very strict, and that can cause the kid to rebel, you know, which kind of was me. You get it? My dad was strict. Like, that's all I knew my dad for. Like, punishment, you know what I'm saying? When I was naughty, I knew, boy, I better go sleep quick, because when my dad comes in, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? but it didn't really curb me. If anything, it just would make me be smarter about not getting caught. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's a bit of a techie one still. I'd like to know people's thoughts and that on this one still, because it's like, you know, you can have the absent parent but still do better than somebody who's got a two-parent household. It all depends on environments as well, man. It all depends on environments. You easily become a product of your environment. You know, easily. Not to say that you're necessarily looking up to, you know, because that was never me. It was never like a looking up to the oldest thing or anything like that. It was more of a wanting to be yourself and, you know, not be the baddest, but, you know, we had something to prove in it. We were them guys, innit? So it's more of that, like, it's, you know, it's not necessarily the absent parent, I don't think that.